Hey, SB, you know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time to bring that new kinks.
All right.
Bah! Welcome to the new Kings. I am Gio, of course with me, my co-host SB. But today, we have a guest on the show. He is a producer and rapper, and a good friend of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the one and only, Toni Snow.
Toni Snow!
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, you already know.
Just so you guys know, a little taste of the talent, he actually co-produced this beat. So, Toni Snow is gonna be here with us through the whole show, and guess what? Maybe he has a surprise for all of you who stick around.
You already know.
Hey.
So, Toni Snow, tell us something about yourself for the people listening.
Well, the name is Toni Snow, Snow of the Tony. You know what I'm saying? Far from baloney. Hey.
Noble.
But I'm all about that green eggs and ham. You feel me?
Hell yeah. I how long have we known each other, Toni?
Forever, man. We brothers, man. Ain't no time on that.
Yeah, like, you know, Toni, he came to my music video way back in the day, and we didn't really even know each other then. But then when we had reconnected and it was still about music, then everything just clicked. I was like, damn, this is my brother for life right here.
Already, man. I know you see me.
Yeah.
SB, he told me, if we're gonna start this and we want to keep it going good, you must bring Toni Snow.
Hell
and guess what we did? We brought Toni Snow.
Hey, man, live and direct.
Hell yeah.
You know? Just like the dish TV in your living room.
How long
All
you been
type
spitting?
of channels.
How long you been spitting?
Oh, man. Probably longer than I've been producing.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
How long you been producing?
About 12 years.
12 years.
Okay.
Damn.
Had to really think about that.
That's crazy.
There's some wisdom after all those years, huh?
Yeah. And a lot of
Trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
A lot of ups and downs.
Definitely that.
Hell yeah. A lot of studios. How many studios would you say that you probably have built for yourself or for other artists?
Oh man. The numbers are much smaller when you're humble.
Definitely.
But are we humble?
So hey, just like Kendrick. I just be.
So, SB, last time we talked, you told me about independent artists that you used to be signed up to a record company, but then you went independent.
Yeah.
And now we're in front of a company of another independent artist. So, the question what I would bring up is why the importance of being independent?
I would say it's important to be independent because you have total control over what you're portraying, like either your message or your brand, your appearance, like everything that has to do with you and your brand, you have total control over. And when you're signed or connected with certain companies or entities, they have some type of pull on you because they're the ones that have the funds behind you. So if somebody has funds behind you, they feel like they have some type of power or control over you, which is not always bad if everything is good, partnership wise. But if it's more of a, like if they have more of a we own you type of feeling, then it's not good. I kind of dealt with some type of stuff when I was on the independent record label, but it's definitely not as bad as what I've seen a lot of artists go through as far as like being signed. And when you're signed, some people, now the trend is with record labels is 360 deals, meaning that everything you do, your merch, your shows, everything you have going on, they're getting paid from it.
If you had to give a definition of independent, because a lot of MCs say independent. We had Chance the Rapper saying, I'm independent. And a lot of people agreed, but there's a lot of people didn't, and it became like kind of a back and forth. Give me the definition of independent.
The definition of independent, I would say, is owning your own and being able to do what you want when you want versus on somebody else's time.
I see. Toni Snow.
What's good? What's good? Shout out to Mike Snow too as well, man. What's up, bro?
We got a lot of snows for the state of Florida. I just realized that.
Yes, man. Yes, man. It's cold out here in this hot little town.
Oof. So, you're an independent artist yourself.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about the importance about being independent?
The importance about being independent is basically it's fundamental importance. You know, like when you're independent, you know everything is way more worth it. You know, a lot more blood, a lot more sweat, a lot more tears, a lot more gears shifting and grinding, and you know when you sell out. Got all the help you need, man. You don't need to do no more. It's like, hey, coach, you ride the bench a little bit. You feel me? You start slacking with your lyrics, you know. Ain't pulling no coattails, you know. But,
So, being signed, would you correlate that with selling out?
oh yeah, most definitely.
Most definitely.
Most definitely.
SB?
Well, I mean, you know, everybody got to sign a contract or two every now and then. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, I'm not trying to be pimped.
I think it depends on what kind of deal that you sign. It depends on what you signing, because some people don't know that they're signing the 360 deal. Like you had Lil Yachty do an interview on Everyday Struggle, and he didn't even know if he was on the 360 deal or not. So it's important to make sure you know what you're signing. Somebody tried to sign me when I was younger for $15,000 in California, and my mom was like, "Nope, not doing it." But it's like you never. It just depends. If you can make it to where you benefit more, and you have total creative rights, and you have your masters, then you know that's a better option than 360, or they control your masters and everything.
That would be a lot of pressure. Like if someone comes up to you with a lot of money, it's like, get on here, we'll make you a star. It'd be a hard thing not to say no to. I mean, no one wants to sell their soul. And that's the fear that I think a lot of MCs do have, is no one wants their soul to be marketed.
Well, I mean, I agree. And just to add to that, I feel like, most people just don't want others to know that they're selling their soul, they have sold their soul, or they are contemplating on selling their soul. Thought is definitely there. You know what I'm saying? I think we've seen a lot that do some things that I just wouldn't do. Period.
Yeah, and you see certain trends, and you just wonder, like, what's the correlation? Because you can see one person do something, then somebody else do something, and you can kind of sometimes feel like it's deeper than just the artist, like it's being controlled by some type of system. But that's another story for another day, if you know what I'm talking about.
So like saying, like, once like an artist does something and then people copy it, it becomes bigger than the artist.
In a sense, but I was kind of saying, like, the people behind the scenes that you're not really seeing, they can be more into
suits, you're saying?
Yeah,
Suits?
Yeah,
that's your music
them
right
over
there.
there. Yeah,
I don't know who them is or there is. To me, they just him downstairs.
Yeah.
But him downstairs is a big thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Keeping it stale. They're everywhere.
yes, sir.
But bringing it back to the importance of being independent. When you're not signed to anyone, you can do what you want versus to having to meet, certain expectations or quotas just to survive and just to stay afloat. And you will basically be back like a 9-to-5 in a sense, depending on the relationship with the artist and the label.
Because that's the thing, like, once you're signed, you can get like some kind of financial backing, and you don't have to worry as much. However, how much do you give up of yourself?
Right.
And then, what's the guarantee that you even stay in the light? They might even shelf you.
Right. And that's the game. I think that's the game we play. As artists, and it's definitely not our fault. You know what I'm saying? We blame the artist for painting the picture. He's just doing his job. But when you got the artist paint the picture and you rely on the next man to sell it, then at that point, the work ain't yours no more. about who's selling it. You know, like nobody cares about who's on the song. It's who has the product.
That's the struggle. So you guys are both producers as well.
And we have the product.
And you have the product.
We have it.
And if you want to see the product, just saying, go to offthewallthebeats.com. That's the most shameless plug you'll ever hear.
OTWbeats.com.
.com.
Off the wall.
And by the way, this episode is brought to you by OTWbeats.com. May I repeat, OTWbeats.com.
Any less shameless than that would not exist. Let's continue. You guys are both producers. What makes a good producer?
Ooh, your environment.
Environment.
Yes.
So kind of like, almost like the influence of like your family and like your friends and like where you come from. Is that what you're trying to say?
Part of it. Part of
yeah,
it.
Yeah, that's what dresses your art. You know, like a lot of people got their art, you know, all out in the streets, butt naked. You know what I'm saying? And depending on who is painting the picture or, you know, displaying their art, that could be what they're aiming for. So, you know what I'm saying? I never take fault in that. But, you know, in the music realm, man, you have to, I forgot what we was talking about, bro. I was gonna say protect your art, but I don't know what the hell. You gotta
Protect your art.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the beautiful thing about art. Like someone could pick up something and see the whole different thing than what you
Right.
do. And as an artist, you can reshape it and make it to what you see, and other people can look at that and like it or not like it. And the other artist, he can like shift it around and make it what he sees.
Correct.
And so on and so on and so on.
Definitely. Just like when like one person interpretation of a song can be different from a different person's interpretation of the song, just depending on how they interpret it, just depending on where your mind at when you're listening to it. So therefore, your interpretation of art, everybody has their own individual interpretation.
That's what I think is like a big cardinal sin for musicians, is to tell the meaning of the song. Let the people figure out what the song's meaning is. It'll live a whole lot longer.
I know that's one person that I go off the head that does that is Kendrick Lamar. You always have them guessing, and they think he come out with another album, and it's like, you know, everybody read into everything that he's saying, but that's how he keep his fan base engaged.
True. Yeah, Kendrick has not disappointed me once. I'll just say that.
You gotta give your fans some heat, man. If you don't give them no heat, they ain't no fan, bro.
So what would you say about like, because when everyone like remember like the episode before when I said like the whole track of hip hop is dead, well, people like would say like Kendrick is one of the reasons why we don't say that anymore. And I took back at that. It's like, whoa, that's actually not a bad theory, because like after Control, you notice like after when Control popped off, people were stepping their game up. It was no longer the same thing. I mean, a lot of artists were doing the same thing, but when Kendrick hit Control, some artists took that as almost like a threat or a challenge, and they stepped up to the plate. What do you think about that statement?
I think he raised the bar for the industry rappers to live up to and try to surpass what he put, because when he threw their names in there too, some of them was feeling some type of way, so you know they making replies, and people that he didn't even name was coming out with replies. No name artist was even coming out with replies back. So
like my favorite reply was probably from Cassidy, his freestyle. Whoa, oh my god, check that out.
Hell yeah. I heard that once or twice before, but Cassidy always snapping.
Oh yeah, freestyles premium.
Hell yeah. But when it comes to freestyles, like the person that I look at as like my competition, or you know who I want to make sure I'm better than, is King Los. And then but when it comes to like, you know, albums and you know song structure and everything, I view my competition as Kendrick Lamar. Like I want to be, you know, above that in my mind. You know, when it comes to like the two people and two elements of hip hop, the voice that you know that I value and I listen to, and I just think like, damn, all right, it's just, you know, give it that fuel to that fire, like steel sharpening steel. Like, all right, you that good? All right, I got to come with something.
Yeah, the thing with Kendrick was that Damn popped off a couple months back, and it got pretty good reviews, and I thought it was a good album. You guys?
I loved it.
Loved it. In fact, a lot of people were making the statement saying that they liked it a lot because someone the argument against Kendrick is that his albums, like the previous albums, or we'll say like The Pimp a Butterfly, they have no replay value. You hear it once and you don't need to hear it again.
Yeah, but somebody like myself, I could say the same thing about like Lil Yachty, like or like like your typical mumble artist or whatever. Like to somebody like me, I value I value Kendrick's album more than I would value somebody who's really not putting all that into the music.
And I enjoyed those albums, but like I kind of understood where they were coming from because like, for example, like I don't know if you guys know about the movie Schindler's List.
Yeah,
Schindler's List.
Yeah.
You know how that was an impactful movie. Mm-hmm. You felt that. It's very powerful, very important. But how many times have you watched Schindler's List?
I've seen it once. Yeah.
So you've seen it once.
Yeah.
That's the same thing because Kendrick likes albums are very emotionally raw, very like this is going on here, and not many people want to hear that on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, but and like from my premise, I feel like did they get the message though? Like that's why I would be coming from it. But at the same time, I do understand because at certain points of time, I would prefer to be listening to Drake, but values Kendrick music more. Yeah. That's my premise.
I could get behind that.
Or you can get jiggy with that.
Jiggy with it. Do people even say that anymore still?
Nah, I think the last person to say that was Will Smith.
No doubt.
Oh, shit.
Could Will Smith make it as a rapper still today?
Oh man, yeah, as long as he keep wearing them fruity I wouldn't say swimsuit. Them sweatsuits he got, them bitches be boss, man.
Oh, the hammer pants?
Yeah, boy. The colorful triangles in the shirts and stuff like Spike Lee joints.
Hell yeah. No, I think he can. But I did just recently find out that Nas wrote I forgot which song it was. Yeah, Summertime.
He wrote Ghost wrote Summertime.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah. He Ghost wrote Summertime.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I think me and Tony should probably ghostwrite for artists more and stuff like that because the skill set level is crazy and sometimes some I had like one mentor, he was letting me know, like he was like you don't even think about promoting yourself as a ghostwriter, but most of the artists that's out today, you never know if they got a ghostwriter, like
they're
Drake.
young son heroes. Young son heroes.
Yeah. So I was thinking about dibbing and dabbing into that because I already done it, at least for about 5 or 6 different artists already, So
and that's what I said. Like I always recommend like ghostwriting for someone who could spit, who has good lyrics in mind, but doesn't have the right voice, that charismatic let me draw you into. You're perfect for a ghostwriter. However, you gotta feel a little bad because if the song pops off, I'll guarantee you're always gonna look back. It's like, damn, that could have been me.
That's why we wouldn't give them our best songs, but we would still give them good quality.
Okay.
Try to put myself in the artist's shoes and talk with them and correlate on what they want to speak about, and then we can go from there. But other than that, we probably won't be writing too much for other artists now. We ain't ghostwriters like that because we have some type of music that I feel like hasn't been tapped into, and this No Days Off tape that we got going on is coming out in 2018, and it's gonna be doper than mostly everything you've heard. In my opinion, it's my opinion. So but we just got some real
no pressure
futuristic music over here, and New Kings and OTW beats. You already know.
Toni Snow in the building, man. Messing with my boy S.Burley, man. Gio. I appreciate y'all for having me on the show, man.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Anytime, my brother. You already know it's an open door policy. We probably gonna need you on the boards in here sometimes, and you know,
may
just kick it
snow
with us.
again.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
In January.
For real.
Yeah. No.
So, the surprise. Mr. Toni Snow, are you ready to speak your piece?
I'm ready to speak my piece with my heat. I keep my peace in my tummy fleece. Hey, you don't want that peace with me, cause my peace be unpeacefully with your niece. Hey, she can get hit with that stick, I will bring it. Might just have a bum in my book pack, I ain't aiming. Look, everybody at fault, I ain't blaming. Everybody going with me, shit staining. I don't give a fuck, I paint pictures. Niggas want milk, yes sir, I deliver. Show up at your doorstep, white, green, brown, it don't matter. Just have that paper right and I will scatter. Hey, play around with that cash, I will scatter. Rain showers at your ass and your bladder. I don't give a fuck, you urinate, I urinate. I don't eat cake, I just urinate around urinal.
New Kings. New Kings, the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes, sir. We will find a way or make a way.
Once again, this is Gio and SB. And our special guest today,
Toni Snow.
Peace.
Yeah.